Katie, how are you doing?
I am so good. How are you?
I'm absolutely amazing. But I was asking Katie, she has lupus, and I'm not going to elaborate on it, but she does have it, and you had a little bit of a problem this weekend.
I did.
And it was very uncomfortable.
It was, my body doesn't react very well to stress, outside stress. I mean, I can deal with, we have to pay bills, I'm a mom. Like, it's everyday stress, all the good stress I can handle. But when things happen beyond my control that affect me, it happens. And it was just a crazy weekend. I had to go to Mesquite. I had to come back from Mesquite. I was doing the show.
You were stressed out, totally.
I was stressed out. And it lays me out flat, and I was in bed for 18 hours on Sunday.
I have to say something this is why I brought this up, because this touched my heart. You have a little girl. She's what, 2 years old?
No, she's 6.
Oh, she's 6. That's right.
She's 6.
She's 6. See, now she was that old. I'm thinking about producers.
Yes, Samantha has an 18-month.
She has an 18-month Victoria.
19 months.
19 months. Well, they do grow, and months do go by.
Yeah, months do go by.
What I was amazed about is that she understands, and she kind of takes care of you. And when you turn around and she said, "Well, Mummy, you're sick again," and you said, "Well, it's the lupus," and she understood.
Yes.
And she goes to her little room and she plays and she kind of, brings you water, and she helps her, brings her water. So when you hear something like that, a little girl of 6 years old helping her mom, that's pretty. It touched my heart.
And she's a pretty special kid. We all think that our children are special,
but she's special.
I'm the first person to be like, your kid is being awful, when she's when she's acting up. But no, when it comes down to it, she's the most compassionate, caring, loving child that you can ever ask for. So yeah.
Now you also wanted to bring up something that you wanted to give me a story that you were with somebody or some. This is like another Tony Bennett story, I believe. I'm not quite sure. I think so.
Last night.
Last
night was the most magical night of my life. The day started off, I was still recovering from Sunday, and some things happened, and I texted a friend of mine, and I was like, hey, can I go see the David Copperfield show tonight? And he was like, yeah, the 7 o'clock show. I was like, okay. My daughter was there, we were watching the show, having a good time. There's nothing like watching a Fantastic Magic show with a 6-year-old. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, she's all ours and all.
It's great.
Yes.
And so the show ends, and I'm like, okay, I'll see you guys later. And then all of a sudden, my friend texts me again, and he's like, Dick Van Dyke's coming to the second show. And I was like,
hold on.
Dick Van Dyke, you say? And
gotta be there.
Yeah, he was like, yeah. I was like, can I stay? He was like, no, you can't. I was like, please. And then all of a sudden, he calls me, and he's like, you need to come around backstage right now. And I was like, okay. All right. And so I ran. I was actually in these heels. I was running through the MGM, and I was like, okay, I'm backstage. And then we meet a friend, and I happen to know this other mutual friend we have, and he happens to be friends with Dick Van Dyke. And I was like, okay, all right. And then all of a sudden you see Dick Van Dyke's wife. You drive up in their car, and they park backstage, and his wife comes out of the car. Dick Van Dyke comes out of the car, and then 2 of his people who were in his a cappella group, because they just got on tour, they come out, and so all of a sudden you're just filled with the Dick Van Dyke awesomeness. And he's like, hi, I'm Dick Van Dyke, nice to meet you. And I'm like,
picking herself off the ground.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And then so we went back, and I was like, all I really want is a picture with you. That's all I really want. I've looked up to you since I was a little kid, singing, dancing, everything from Bye Bye Birdie to Mary Poppins to the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Oh, yes, because he's
to
done
Chitty
so
Chitty
much.
Bang Bang.
But what did he look like?
He looks the same, just with white hair. He's
what
great.
a legend
If you follow me on
that's a true legend.
Yeah, if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, that picture is all over.
Everywhere.
Yes, because I text it to every person I know. Sam knows she got that. Our producer. And he was like, well, aren't you going to come and watch the show? And I was like, yes, I am. So I told my friend, I was like, I'm going to be joining the Van Dyke crew for the show. And he was like, all right. And then all of a sudden, this ice cream comes out. Haagen-Dazs ice cream, because it's his wife's birthday. So I'm hanging out front row of David Copperfield. Eating Haagen-Dazs ice cream with chocolate syrup and sprinkles. It was fantastic.
How divine is that?
It was like,
I mean, that's like a moment.
Everything in the world was right.
That was a moment in time.
It was, and I have this story for the rest of my life, and I'm gonna just be happy just knowing.
Seems like every
happened.
week she's going to have a story. I mean, you know, we have this Tony Bennett thing, Dick Van Dyke. I mean, what's going to happen next week? I'm like, you know, getting ready here.
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears next week.
I don't know.
Well, you know, we have a little list here, and it says woman in Texas sues background check.
Background check site for after husband uses it to catch her cheating. It happens. I mean,
a lot of people cheat, but background check?
Yeah, background check.
And so she's now suing her husband?
No, she's suing the company.
The company?
Yeah.
Oh, she's not suing her husband that hired them?
No, she's suing the company that found it out because of all of the things that are now happening because they're getting a divorce now. Believe it or not, cheating often leads to divorce.
Well, it's normally, I would think so. I mean, hello?
Not that I would know, but yes.
Well, I certainly don't know. I was married 29 years and never cheated, so maybe I missed out.
No, you didn't mess up.
I didn't.
No.
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 I'm okay. I'm all right.
Not saying that I know.
I don't believe in cheating because I believe that if you want to cheat, then you really should do away with who you're with because you obviously don't want to be with that person. If you want to cheat, then it's kind of that's awfully
I feel
tacky.
like there's a lot of things that go into it. There's mental health issues. There's and then there's just
not
being a
right.
bad person.
Just not right.
It's just not right.
Because you've got to look at yourself in the mirror.
Exactly.
And know what you've done.
Exactly.
And always have that guilt.
Yeah. So she is suing the company for I guess money to help with her divorce.
Probably a few million.
Because,
a few million.
Why not?
And she'll
a few
probably
million?
end up with a couple million.
Yeah, she'll probably end up with at least $500,000.
At least $500,000. And then we move on with Gigi.
Gigi Hadid fights off man who grabbed her on stage at the Milan Fashion Week.
Now, why did he do that? He must have really liked her. He couldn't resist her. Something like that.
Something like that.
Something you should not do.
Yes.
Anybody out there, if you're going to have this urge to go and grab a woman, count 10.
If you're going to any show in life, I feel like a good rule of thumb is don't touch the performers unless they come up to you. And even then, know the rules.
Even rules out there. To touch someone, you have to be very, especially, you know something out there that you cannot touch an under 18-year-old, you can get into trouble just by touching them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, just because you've attached yourself to an underage.
But I did go to see the classy show called Aussie Hunks last Thursday night. Or Friday night. Wednesday night. Aussie Hunks is the Thunder from Down Under, except they're real dancers. And so they're skinnier, they're still beautiful.
Are they from Australia?
They're from Australia.
That's why they call them Down Under, because just to let you know, Down Under isn't because they're down under.
They were all up in your face, and even then I was like, I'm not touching you, and then he was like, they're like, no, touch me, and I was like,
I don't want to touch you. Are you going to pay me? Pay me and I'll touch you.
Anyway, Baby from cover of Nirvana's Nevermind album recreates art for 25th anniversary. I don't feel like I want to see a naked man in a pool.
He wore shorts.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he wore shorts. I'm just saying.
He tried to do it naked. The photographer was like, that's a little weird.
That's kind of weird. That's my thing too. I really have no thoughts on it. I mean, beautiful. That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, good for you if you can do that. If you're the kid making the cover art.
Go ahead, do it. If that's what you like to do, go ahead and do it. It's not a problem. So that's what's going on in Vegas. There's a lot more going on in Vegas. So just, check it out. Go onto our website. You'll find lots of stuff going on and what's happening. And that's our rundown.
That's it. Yeah, that's
I do expect from you next week
next
story. I want another headliner. But I know that you just broke up with your friend as well. I'm calling him a friend.
Yes.
Because I think I said last week or the week before that it was your boyfriend. You said, no, he's not my boyfriend. He's not my boyfriend. Okay, so your friend.
Yes.
And that's why, is that why you're so happy?
Probably. Just understanding, just having the ability to understand another person and another person's wants and needs, even if you're not very good at that time together, is a very special thing. And you have to be happy to move on, and you have to be happy and be supportive of whatever the other person needs.
And understand it as well, because I think that's kind of pretty cool. And everything. We will be back next week for what's going on in Vegas.